What's up guys, back from another Honkai Star Rail video. In this video we're going to go over Luocha's official kit as was posted by Honkai Star Rail themselves. As of right now we do not have his light cone. I looked for it, unfortunately it's just closed beta and like leak stuff, and obviously I don't want to cover that because if they change it I want to be like, oh my gosh, this is the best light cone ever, and then they change it and then it's like one of the worst ever. But that'd be great, and they like to change a lot of stuff if you pay attention to that kind of stuff. So let's go over the character. I will make a should you summon once the light cone is out, so if you want a more in detail look and opinion on if you should summon for him, don't forget to subscribe, and that video should be coming out sometime in the next couple days. But I will give you a brief should you summon answer at the end of this video based off of just the character and nothing else. So let's start with what type he is. So he is an imaginary abundance character. If you don't know what that means, it means that he just does imaginary damage, which as of right now there is only one other imaginary character, and that is Welt. We also get Yukong, who is going to be on his banner. But that's only 3 characters. Kind of rough if you don't have Welt. You can't really deal with someone who's weak to imaginary, which is kind of annoying. So this is already a huge W for him. Plus he's Abundance, which is a healer, and we only have 2 healers. One is a 5-star like Welt, where it's kind of like RNG if you get them or not. And then the other one is a free unit, Natasha. She's not bad, but she's definitely no beast when it comes to healing, as she's just a 4-star. There's only so much you can really do. I'm not saying she's bad at all, but compared to someone like Bailu, who's the other healer, Bailu definitely heals a lot more. Now, let's go into his traces, which are gained. Everyone get these, so you just have to level them up. The first one is huge because, like Natasha, he's able to cleanse debuffs. You just have to use the skill. When the skill's effect is triggered, one debuff is removed from the target ally. Then, the next one is when an enemy within the field is attacked by an ally, all allies except the attacker will also receive a certain amount of HP. I'll go over the field when we get to it, but no, it's up for 2 turns, so this is very nice just to output more healing. And then increase the chance to resist crowd control debuffs. This is really nice because he is the debuff remover, so if he gets debuffed, you can't remove debuffs from other characters. And I'm telling you, debuff removal is huge. As someone who uses Bailu and not Natasha, when I get hit with a debuff and I can't cleanse it, it's very, very annoying. And sometimes I straight up lose because I'm not able to get rid of the debuff, and let's say my attacker dies, or I can't heal because Bailu herself is debuffed, or I can't, use an ultimate for a shield because my shielder's debuff, whatever it may be. Debuffs are very annoying, so having a cleanser is very, very, very nice. And then next up is a basic attack. It's pretty much just basic imaginary damage. Pretty much all characters have the same basic, just whatever element they are, and then they attack. I will say his attack is really nice. The dark green is a very pleasing color to look at. Then we have his skill, which is skill pretty nice, not gonna lie. So immediately restore a certain amount of HP to a target ally, while granting Luocha 1 stack of Abyss Flower. When the HP of one ally falls below 50, you immediately use the skill. It will not consume skill points and can be triggered once again after 2 turns. So the fact that you can use this every 2 turns is pretty nice. You probably won't be falling below 50% HP too much, I feel, with him, unless you just aren't, built enough for where you're at. But very, very nice. It also has the remove debuff due to his trace, so stacking all that together, very, very strong heal. The only thing that sucks it is single target, so Bailu has an advantage over that of just strip healing multiple people, but hers is RNG, so you can debate if it's really better. Then we have the ultimate, which actually is a damaging ultimate. Removes 1 buff from all enemies, deals imaginary damage to all enemies, and grants Luocha 1 stack of Abyss Flower. Now this is big because you want 2 stacks of Abyss Flower to activate his technique. Pretty nice that the ultimate also gives it. You just have to use the skill twice. Remove 1 buff from enemies is pretty situational. It's not like, do or die, but it will be pretty nice just to have that effect regardless when you ults, especially for future bosses if they have like a huge defense buff or a big attack buff, whatever. I'm sure the 1 buff removal will be pretty nice. Notice this guy is pretty much just debuffing, removal, buff removal, healing. Pretty nice for a sport if you ask me. Now we have the talent, which is the Abyss Flower. So when the Abyss Flower reaches 2 stacks, which you get 1 from your skill, 1 from your ultimate, Luocha will consume all stacks to deploy a field against the enemy. When any enemy within the field is attacked by an ally, the attacker will immediately restore a certain amount of HP. Do note one of his traces makes it to whoever attacks, everyone else will also get slight heals, so it's pretty much just insane heals as long as it's on the field. And it's on the field for 2 turns. If Luocha is knocked down, the field will just be dispelled. That's pretty basic. If a character goes down, they lose whatever buffs they're giving to the team anyway. I feel like that shouldn't be the case unless you're hitting one shot, honestly, with how much healing output this gives. If he's attacking, he heals with his trace. If someone else is attacking, they heal themselves and they heal everyone else with their trace. The trace is really strong, and the fact that it heals everybody just off of one person attacking the field up is very nice. The only problem I see is you might be a little skill point hungry trying just to have this be up if you don't have your ultimate a ton, but still very strong healing effect. And then of course the technique. I meant to say it was his talent before, sorry, I mixed the two up. His technique pretty much makes it to where his talent will immediately trigger at the start of battle, so you don't have to wait the 2 turns. This will be pretty strong if you can prep it, obviously, in stuff like Simulated Universe and Memory of Chaos, Forgotten Hall, all that stuff. You are in front of the enemy and pretty much do whatever you want beforehand. So, and on the end game content, he will be extremely strong just because of this. You don't have to worry about getting his stuff up. You just boom, throw it up, and you're probably set to go for the rest of the fight if you just burst him down. It is 2 turns, and you're probably going to have his ult by that point, so you could probably throw it up again rather easily. I'm sure he'll be really, really good for endgame content because of that, and that's all they give us, unfortunately. So it is what it is. I wish they give us a light cone, but he overall is pretty strong. I'm probably going to assume he's going to be the best healer because he has 2 really strong sources of healing, and then he has the debuff and buff removal, 1 on his ult and 1 on his skill. And his talent is just really strong. His technique's also really strong too. It's really nice to be able to just start with the talent enabled. I'll probably rate him as the best healer in my opinion. And I think he is almost a must summon. If you only have Natasha, you should definitely consider getting him. If you have Bilo and Natasha, like I do, maybe you don't have to summon for him, but he is going to be insanely strong healer, and the debuff cleanse, like I said, is just insanely good. So if you don't have Bilo, I'd strongly recommend summoning, but of course I'll get into the nitty-gritty details of his banner and his light cone when the light cone information comes out. So don't forget to subscribe for that, and of course thanks for watching, and don't forget Silverwolf is here for 4 more days, so if you're doing any summons on her, make sure to do it before she leaves. Very, very nice character. I'm sure a lot of people are very hyped for Luocha to come out. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he seems really cool. I might crack at one point. We'll see. But of course, best of luck on your summons for Silverwolf, and best of luck on your summons if he comes out when you see this video. And of course, I'll catch y'all in the next Honkai Star Wars video.